You know the moment. You stand up, walk toward the bathroom, and before you even close the door, there they are. Those curious eyes, that wagging tail, those soft paws patting behind you. Your dog follows you in, every single time. At first, it might seem funny, or a little annoying, or even flattering. But what if I told you there's something much deeper behind it? This behavior isn't just a quirky habit. It's not just clinginess or separation anxiety. It's a coded message from a brain wired by evolution, loyalty, survival, and love. Because when your dog follows you into the bathroom, they're not just curious. They're telling you something profound about trust, bonding, and the silent emotional contracts we often overlook. This video isn't about toilet humor or surface-level answers. It's about decoding one of the most personal, strange, and oddly intimate behaviors that millions of dog owners experience. And most never stop to question. Why is the bathroom of all places so magnetic to your dog? Why won't they let you go alone? Why does this seemingly small behavior trigger such a deep response in them and in you? Today, we'll explore the fascinating combination of pack instincts, protective psychology, scent memory, and emotional mirroring that drives this behavior. We'll travel through the evolutionary roots of the canine mind, visit the hidden corners of your dog's daily emotional world, and unpack what you represent to them when you close that door behind you. Because behind the bathroom door lies one of the most powerful truths about your relationship with your dog. To truly understand why your dog insists on being your bathroom shadow, we need to go back, far back, to the wild origins of the domestic dog. Thousands of years ago, before leashes, kibble, or belly rubs, dogs were pack animals in the purest sense. They lived, hunted, ate, and slept together. Every moment was shared. Separation could mean vulnerability. Isolation could mean death. And so, evolution encoded in dogs a deep biological principle: stay with the pack, always. Fast forward to today, and you are their pack. Their leader, their safe space, their point of reference in a world that still feels vast and unpredictable to them. When you get up and leave the room, even just to pee, your dog's internal radar lights up. You're moving, the pack is shifting, the dynamic is changing, and deep in their brain something says, follow, stay close, don't lose sight. But it's more than instinct, it's emotion. You see, dogs don't follow just anyone into the bathroom. They follow you. Because to them, your scent, your energy, your presence, it's not just familiar, it's home. The bathroom, oddly enough, is a place where your scent is most concentrated. You're in a small, enclosed space. No distractions, no food, no screen, just you. And to your dog, that's magnetic. Let's talk about scent for a moment. Dogs experience the world primarily through their nose. While humans have about 5 million scent receptors, dogs have up to 300 million. That means your dog doesn't just recognize your scent, they memorize it in layers. Your shampoo, your sweat, your breath, your hormonal shifts throughout the day, all of that tells them a story about you. And in the bathroom, it's like getting a front row seat to the full novel. They aren't being weird. They're being loyal, curious, invested in your well-being. But here's where it gets even more interesting. In pack behavior studies, dogs that are deeply bonded with their leader often position themselves as guards during moments of perceived vulnerability. When you're in the bathroom behind a closed door, unable to see your surroundings or quickly defend yourself, your dog may interpret that as a time to stand watch. Some dogs lie facing the door. Others curl up at your feet. Some even whine or scratch the door if they're not allowed in, not because they're needy, but because they feel cut off from their role. Protector. It's also a moment of rare exclusivity. In a busy house with work, children, phones, and distractions everywhere, the bathroom might be the only place your dog can access you undivided. No noise, no rushing, just you. And for many dogs, that's a small, sacred window of connection. A moment to be near you, fully, unconditionally. And what happens when you close the door? You may have seen it. That tiny panic, the scratching, the whimper, the pause under the door. It's not drama. It's not manipulation. It's the emotional reaction of a creature who thrives on shared presence suddenly feeling cut off. To us, a closed bathroom door is privacy. To your dog, it can feel like exile. Some experts refer to this as hyperattachment, but that label can be misleading. What we call clingy is often just a manifestation of deep trust, a signal that your dog sees you not just as a food source or walk buddy, but as the center of their emotional map. Being close to you isn't a compulsion, it's safety. And here's a subtle truth. Dogs observe your rhythms. They know when you're vulnerable, sick, sad, anxious. Bathroom time, though mundane to us, can coincide with stress. Your body changes, your breathing, your scent, your energy, and your dog picks up on all of it. Their decision to follow you isn't random, it's responsive, empathetic. This is the silent intelligence of the canine heart. They don't just see what you do, they feel who you are, minute by minute. Now let's look at what happens inside your dog's mind when they follow you to the bathroom. Not just the instincts, but the chemistry. When dogs are physically close to someone they're bonded with, their brain releases oxytocin, the same hormone involved in bonding between mothers and infants, and between romantic partners and humans. This is more than just proximity. It's emotional nourishment. Your presence makes them feel secure, seen, and connected. And in a way, they're doing the same for you. Studies have shown that looking into your dog's eyes increases your own oxytocin levels. When they follow you to the bathroom, sit by your feet, or wait patiently outside the door, they're participating in a mutual hormonal dance, a silent ritual of reassurance and recognition. But not all dogs follow for the same reason. Some do it because of routine imprinting. Dogs thrive on patterns. They notice what time you wake up, how long you brush your teeth, which sock you put on first. If your dog follows you into the bathroom every morning at 7:08 a.m., it's not just habit, it's ritual. And rituals to dogs are sacred. They create structure in a world that would otherwise feel random. Other dogs follow out of social curiosity. Dogs are intensely social animals who want to understand everything their pack does. And yes, this includes the odd human ritual of going into a room, closing a door, and sitting on a porcelain throne. They don't understand the mechanics of it, but they do understand that it's important to you. And anything important to you is worth investigating. Let's not forget that some dogs follow because they're prone to separation stress. This isn't the same as full-blown separation anxiety, but it lives on the same spectrum. These dogs are hyper-aware of your presence. They track your movements not out of fear, but because your absence, even for a minute, feels like a breach in their emotional field. It's not neediness, it's emotional proximity craved because it grounds them. Now, here's something many people miss. Some dogs follow into the bathroom because that's where they've been comforted. Think back. Have you ever cried in the bathroom? Gotten sick? Hidden for a moment of silence? Your dog remembers. That moment you sat on the tile floor, overwhelmed or exhausted? They were there, laying quietly, watching, breathing with you. And that memory doesn't fade. Dogs associate emotional markers with places. So for some, the bathroom isn't just a place. It's a chapter in their emotional history with you. And yes, for a small percentage of dogs, there's a practical component. They know you'll be sitting down. Stationary, accessible. Maybe that's the perfect moment to ask for a belly rub or a head scratch. Maybe they're hoping for a little more affection, a stolen second of undistracted connection. And maybe you laugh, tell them to leave, or let them stay. But either way, they've gotten what they really wanted, your attention. It's important to know this behavior is rarely problematic unless it becomes obsessive or disruptive. If your dog shows distress when you leave the room, panting, pacing, barking, or destructive behavior, you might be dealing with a deeper anxiety issue. But for the vast majority of dogs, bathroom following is just another expression of the deepest, quietest form of love they know: closeness. This is the heart of canine behavior. Proximity is affection. Space is silence. Presence is protection. And your dog, in their own gentle way, is telling you they'd rather be beside you in silence than comfortable somewhere else without you. Because in the end, it's not about the bathroom, it's about you. Let's look at this through one final lens. Your dog's concept of privacy and yours. Humans view the bathroom as a place of solitude, an unspoken boundary of personal space. But dogs? They don't understand privacy the way we do. In the canine world, vulnerability is something you share, not hide. In a wild pack, no member separates themselves to be alone. Eating, sleeping, relieving themselves, it all happens in the shared presence of others. Separation isn't natural. In fact, it signals potential danger. So when you go into a room and close the door, from your dog's point of view, you've just made yourself vulnerable. You've chosen isolation in a moment they perceive as exposure. Some dogs react to this by lying outside the door, a subtle statement of, "I've got your back." Others paw at it, asking to be let in, not out of entitlement, but because the idea of being without you doesn't align with their emotional instincts. This behavior also connects to something beautiful. Your dog sees you as their puppy too. Yes, you are the provider, the leader. But in many ways, your dog reverses roles with you constantly. They comfort you when you're sad. They sit beside you when you're sick. They become still when you're anxious. They watch your moods like weather patterns. In that moment when you disappear behind a door, their protective instincts rise. They don't just want to follow, they feel called to. And there's another layer. For some dogs, following you into the bathroom becomes their version of meditative companionship. In the quiet of that room, free from distraction, your dog isn't asking for anything. They're just with you. And in that silence, a deeper form of bonding occurs. No toys, no commands, no leash, just presence, just shared space. Have you noticed how some dogs don't even look at you while you're in there? They lie down, rest their head on the tile. They're not performing. They're not waiting. They're simply existing with you. It's one of the purest displays of nonverbal affection. They follow you, not because they expect something, but because they've made a choice. Wherever you go, I go. We often talk about loyalty when it comes to dogs. But loyalty isn't the right word. What they feel goes beyond obligation or habit. It's devotion. Deep, embodied, unquestioning devotion. They choose your scent over silence, your company over comfort. Even your bathroom breaks become opportunities to say, in the only way they know, I'm here. I've always been here. And let's not forget the practical wisdom they hold. Dogs are incredibly attuned to routines. If they notice that when you enter the bathroom, you eventually leave the house, they may follow to ensure they're not being left behind. For them, that bathroom trip might be the first domino in a series of events that ends with you walking out the front door. So they preempt the separation. They monitor, they prepare, some even offer emotional regulation. There are dogs trained to detect blood sugar changes, seizures, or stress-related breathing patterns. Many untrained dogs sense those same shifts. If your energy drops in the bathroom, if you feel faint, anxious, or unwell, your dog may already know before you do. And they come, not out of curiosity, but out of caregiving. It's easy to joke about it, to post memes. Can I pee in peace? But behind the humor is a truth most people miss. That moment your dog follows you isn't an inconvenience. It's a miracle. A gentle, furry reminder that someone sees you, not as strong, perfect, or busy, but as theirs. And they choose, over and over again, to stay close, even in your most mundane, unflattering moments. Because love to a dog isn't just about the big gestures. It's about showing up, following, sitting quietly, and never leaving your side. So the next time those familiar paws pad behind you, and your dog gently noses the bathroom door or waits patiently outside with those soft eyes, pause. Let the moment land. Because what seems like a quirky behavior, what seems like just another example of canine clinginess, is actually a powerful message in disguise. They're saying, I'm here with you, always. They're saying, I notice you, even when the world doesn't. They're saying, your silence is not empty to me. Your stillness is not boring. Your presence is my peace. We live fast lives. We rush, we stress, we compartmentalize. The bathroom might be the only space where we stop for a second, and your dog knows it. They don't care about the tiles or the towels. They care about you. And if that's where you are, that's where they want to be. Not for entertainment, not for snacks, just for closeness. We often underestimate how emotionally fluent dogs really are. We call them loyal, but they're so much more. They are witnesses, emotional anchors, silent protectors, and yes, companions, even in the most private moments of our day. So the next time they follow you in or wait right outside the door, smile. You are part of a bond so deep, so ancient, it crosses species and time. It's not about the bathroom. It never was. It's about presence, trust, and a love that asks for nothing but to stay near. If this video opened your eyes to the quiet beauty of your dog's behavior or made you feel a little more seen, we invite you to subscribe to Mundo Animal. Here, we explore the unspoken world of animals, their thoughts, emotions, and the subtle ways they love us better than we love ourselves. Share this with someone who needs to understand their dog a little better. Because when we learn to see through their eyes, we become better humans.